What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage, and it's great to see all of the recent cuts and clarifications on regulations when it comes to emissions, and the fact that manufacturers can get back to making vehicles that we all want and vehicles that will run and be reliable for a long period of time. And I don't think there's any company more happy or excited about this than Stellantis with this brand new Hemi revival. And it's literally like Oprah right now at Stellantis, where you get a Hemi, and you get a Hemi, and you get a Hemi. Yeah. So welcome on back to TK's Garage. And so in today's video, I want to talk a little bit about Stellantis and all of the Hemi rumors, news, and stuff I've been hearing from my sources for the last few days. So multiple board meetings, multiple board phone calls that have gone on between board members with Stellantis are excited, but also not as excited as it would be if you were at Ford or General Motors. So even though the EU is set to push back emissions to like 2028, 2029 before they'd have to be at those updated emissions, it does give Stellantis a window to make Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram very profitable. But at that 2027, 2028 juncture, they would have to sell those brands, or they'd have to split them off to where they become their own company, because they wouldn't be able to sustain all of these new Hemis that are going to be coming without paying for carbon credits in the EU, which are paying those fines. So the issue of carbon credits here, and I'll do a separate video on that here in the United States, that's coming to an end. That's a wrap. They're not going to have to buy credits from Tesla to offset anymore, or do any of that stupid crap that's been going on, where they don't want to keep wasting that money. That they're not going to have to do that with the EPA and the regulations that have changed. It pretty much sets that apart. That's a wrap. Let's talk about some of the vehicles that we know are coming back for Hemis. Now, the biggest one, which has been making the news the last week that we talked about, and I think myself and Butter the Insider were probably first to market talking about this months ago about the TRX, but the TRX made huge news that it's coming back in a Hellcat form, supercharged V8 TRX making a return. Makes sense to me because the RHO has been an unmitigated disaster for Stellantis. You can just even search here on YouTube. There's multiple people that have bought them. They're just either blown engines or blown head gaskets or have nothing but issues. And that's just par for the course for the Hurricane engine anyway. There's so many people that own these Ram trucks that have nothing but problems in it. And it's been a problem since they were in the Wagoneer and the Grand Wagoneer and the issues that they've been plagued with that power plant or with that engine. So we know the TRX is coming back with a V8. We know that Ram is bringing out a street truck, or AKA Convoy, AKA SRT 8, street truck with a 6.4 liter Hemi and a 5.7 liter Hemi option, and other 5.7 liter Hemi options for the rest of the Ram lineup, not just the base models like what was reported at multiple places earlier. I said that one. Remember I said that? I said that they were wrong. I was like, I don't know where they're getting their information from, but obviously it's not anybody with credibility. So I was right about that. And we're going to see that with Rams. You'd be able to get a Longhorn Laramie with a 5.7. I'm wondering if they're going to bring the 6.4 from just the SRT street truck version over to the regular, like, Laramie Longhorn. I think that would be a really solid move on Ram's part. They'd probably sell a lot of those. Jeep. I've talked about Jeep and that the Gladiator most likely is going to get that 5.7. They've been talking about it. There's so much smoke in development talks to talk about that. And I think the only reason the Gladiator would get the 5.7 liter Hemi is because they are building that next generation midsize truck, whether they call it the Dakota or whatever they're going to call that thing. And that midsize truck is going to be built on the Gladiator's platform, and they want a V8 option for it. So having that V8 option with a 5.7, you know, it's just, we're switching bodies with basically between the Gladiator and what that Dakota is going to be. So I think that that's the sources that have told me that information, I think it's pretty valid, and it's something we'll see in 2026. But that gets us over to, you know, a Grand Cherokee coming back with possibly a V8, but doing other vehicles like the Charger coming with a V8. Now that's interesting because we all know that the Hurricane's coming and it'll be available this summer. And I think those cars are going to flop. I think those cars are going to suck, personally. But I also think that, you know, with the Grand Wagoneer getting a 6.4 Hemi, I don't know if they're going to do a 5.7 option on that, but they've already had the 6.4 in there before. I know they did have the 5.7 in the long wheelbase of the Grand Cherokee. Whether that happens again or not, I don't know. But I've been asking my sources about that. They haven't had anything detailed about it. But right now it is looking like Oprah. They are handing out Hemis or talking about building stuff with Hemis in it across the lineup. I did get some more smoke, or if you want to call it that, or information, as they were talking about a mid-size or small SRT car. This is why I think the SRT brand is going to make a big comeback, probably starting with Ram. And you're going to see maybe a Viper next year. I don't know. Maybe it's 2027, but I know for sure that they are talking about bringing back the Viper. But we could see an SRT4 like we had from the Neon. I don't know if it's going to be that cheap two-door hero car, Miata looking thing, SRT4. We'll have to see. But one thing for sure, we know that there's, like I said, it's like Oprah right now. Everybody's getting a Hemi. And it's a good time to be a fan if you've been a fan of Mopar. And this last year was literally torture, man. It was like being in a domestic violence relationship. It was horrible. You were literally just getting abused every single day to now having hope that this company actually has a future and we'll be able to get back to making the products and buying the products that we all want. But I ask you guys this, what do you guys think? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Are you excited to see the Hemi revival? Because I am. I think it's funny. You know, the memes will be coming back out. All the CEOs at a adult club partaking in flour. And I think those memes are hilarious because I think they're going to get back to doing it. I think they're going to Hellcat and Hemi everything. And I'm all for it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.